Review. Good morning, everybody. We're playing some Temur Rec today. This is a deck we were playing a lot of a while ago. I've been kind of like, this is a deck I always liked, and I've spent a lot of time like exploring like Bant Reclamation instead. But Wrenn and Six has always been such a crazy card in this archetype. And you get access to a Triome in Temur that I was before I thought Temur was the best variant. I still kind of think that. I was messing around with some different versions of this list off stream yesterday, and I kind of feel like Cryptic Command is more important to this archetype than I thought it was in the past, where it's like really easy to make a ton of mana, draw a lot of cards. But Cryptic Command is like a good way to kind of like bridge that gap into the late game where you can totally overpower your opponents, if that makes sense. And so we're just kind of trying this this version out. Not sure. Don't think we're gonna play this deck for the whole stream, but pretty excited. Squirrel Loot, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate you. I think it's a Lurrus deck with no removal spells, but I think I keep. It's close for sure. Yeah, so I'd be really surprised if Legacy wasn't affected. My personal modern wish list is Lurrus ban. I would really like to see a Lurrus ban. People who are like, ban the whole companion mechanic can take Lutri from my cold, dead hands. You can take Lutri from my cold, dead hands. I will never let go of Lutri. I'd also like maybe be interested in like Birthing Pod unban. Or Bridge from Below unban. And/or I wouldn't be like, I think Twin would probably be a bit much, but if Twin gets unbanned, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, and we'll play that for the rest of the lifespan. Bridge is too good. I don't know that it is. I think it'd be interesting. Ooh, it scales. Awesome. I've actually been playing a decent amount of Hardened Scales off stream. Been talking about this a little bit. Actually finished my deck guide for it last night. Just like a good introduction to the archetype. Oh man, this feels so bad. Keep the 5-lander, draw 2 lands off the top. The risky 5-lander. While we wait to die here, I think we're gonna tweet that. I look at all of these are, at least the top 2 are talking about bans here. To ban all companions in modern can take Lutri from my cold dead hands. Unban Mox Opal. Mox Opal's too good. With you have to understand, Mox Opal with Urza Saga is just way too good. That card cannot come off, unfortunately. In the Yorion version of the deck, I like that list too. Actually, so I playtested some of that version last night. Okay, so we can go Spiral into Bolt if we fetch Shock. Yeah, we're really just gonna have to go over the top of all this. Yeah, but Mox Opal with Urza Saga is too strong, and I usually this is how like every single ban list conversation goes. I say you can't unban this card because it's too strong with this card, and people are like, "We'll just ban the other card." And I am basically never gonna be in favor, I think, of unbanning a card or banning a card so you can unban a card. I think it's just like too much. I think it's a bad philosophy. If you disagree, that's fine, but it's not something you're gonna get me to agree with. 3-0 LGS with the Lutri deck, some changes. Good. You have to make changes. This is, if you're gonna play the Lutri deck, I really encourage you to add some pet cards. Good work, soldier. I'm only slightly worried they'll ban Ragavan. I don't think that they should ban Ragavan. I think that would be a mistake. If they do ban Ragavan, I'll be at peace with it. I will be at peace, I think, if they ban Ragavan. I won't complain too hard. As someone who owns 4 Ragavans. I don't know that I complain that hard. No, yeah, ban me. I'm banning Green Sun Zenith. Green Sun Zenith is way too good in Titan. Green Sun Zenith would make Titan the best deck in Modern immediately, in my opinion. Getting Dryad Arbor into Dryad of the Elysian Grove, into Primeval Titan, Azusa, and then also like any other, like, also like it gets you like an answer to Blood Moon too, which I think is like maybe quietly the craziest. We're super dead here. Maybe the answer to Blood Moon is like quietly the craziest part of all that. We do have a decent amount of sideboard cards at least. It would be way too good, unfortunately. I wish that it weren't the case, but it is. How do we make room for all these cards? We need all these cheap removal spells. Can probably cut the 4th counterspell. Archmage's Charm is quite good. We can maybe just cut the spirals. I think that's fine. Just be a little slower. I don't think Modern's getting touched. Well, yeah. That is also possibly the case. No changes. I think no changes would be fine. I do think Lurrus should go. I do advocate for Lurrus going. And then I've got to block the people saying ban all the companions. It just makes no sense to me. Lurrus is the problem card. It's just like you guys I just have insane hate for the companions. Yeah. I think that's the only thing I really care about is Lurrus getting banned. I think you could unban exactly Bridge from Below and Birthing Pod. I don't advocate for any other card to come off the ban list. If you say what about, I've considered it. I could maybe give my points, but I've done so for every card really at this point. I'm kind of over it. I think that I don't expect to see any other bans besides Lurrus, but it is possible that like Wizards like, hey, we got the data on Ragavan. It's really bad. It needs to go. I could maybe see that happening. You don't think Yorn is as much powerful as Lurrus? It is objectively not. It is objectively, this is not like a thinking or feeling thing. Lurrus is more powerful than Yorion in Modern. It's not an argument. It's just true. Yorion has a like real deck building drawback. Yorion's drawback is like meaningful and impactful. And Yorion makes you really good in these grindy matchups. It makes you much worse against every linear deck in the format, and Modern is full of linear decks. It's just like, yeah, for people who think that Yorion is as powerful in Modern, it's just objectively not true. It's just, yeah, they're just a different tier of power. Another 5-lander. Let's actually send this one back. This is a sideboard game where we have a lot of sideboard cards. Probably going to go to 5 here. The nice thing about mulliganing low in a deck with Wrenn and Six is that you have Wrenn and Six. My opponent's also gone to 5. I might just keep Heat 3 lands Deluge. I'm really surprised people want to ban Yorion. I don't know. I don't feel like Yorion is a problem card at all. I think that people who want to ban Yorion play decks that like the Yorion Omnath deck is good against. Does that make sense? So like the Omnath Yorion deck is like really good against like a lot of the fair strategies, but that archetype is like quite poor against like Belcher and Tron and Reanimator, and just like most linear strategies are favored against like the 4-color Omnath deck. Not all of them, of course, but I'd say like a good chunk have like a pretty easy time in those matchups. Yeah, Murktide still deck with that Ragavan. So I will say this, that like Ragavan is like not a well-designed card. Ragavan does too much for too little. That being said, I do think that the impact Ragavan has as such a powerful card, while the card Ragavan itself might be, this is maybe like 5D chess copium, you know, a Stockholm syndrome, but it's like, because Ragavan is so strong, Modern for maybe the first time is like so heavily focused on creature combat and like creature removal. In my experience and in my opinion, I've never really felt like Modern has been so focused on like creatures and like interaction. And obviously Ragavan's not the only factor to account for that, but it does feel like it's a big part of it. Does that make sense? I feel like if Ragavan left, like, I think that the linear decks would gain, like, you know, the linear uninteractive decks would get a lot stronger, and we might see Modern kind of return to that state again. I might be wrong about that. And I don't think it would be like a huge drastic change, but I do think it's an interesting idea. Okay, I think we just pass back here. DRC feels that's his lesser stick. I agree, but like, so what's important about Ragavan is it's like, this is something I've really come to realize lately. Like, decks like Living End and Rhinos are so good at beating interactive decks because they can just totally overwhelm their mana. Because they have Violent Outburst to go, end of turn, Cascade. Okay, you dealt with that, untap, Cascade! With Force of Negation up sometimes. And it's just, like, the amount of, like, how overwhelming that is on your mana cannot be understated. And so it's like, Ragavan is like the one card in these matchups that helps you keep up on mana. And so like you have 2 treasure tokens to be like, to have the ability to like counter Violent Outburst, counter the, you know, Agent Cascade, or maybe deal with the Force of Negation too. And so that's an interesting, you know, line of thinking maybe. Did I see the popper bands? Yeah, I have no comment on the popper bands. I think it's an argument to unban Violent Outburst. So when I was on the Dive Down podcast, at the end of the year, we were talking about what the card of the year was, and my pick was Violent Outburst, where Violent Outburst was absurdly good with Tybalt's Trickery. It was absurdly good with the Cascade in the Cascade Valky deck. Like, both of those decks just like broke Modern for a little bit, and then now both Living End, Rhinos, and to like a lesser extent, Glimpse from Tomorrow. All of these decks are incredibly powerful and consistent, and Violent Outburst being like that instant speed with Force of Negation up is so strong. And so I see, this is kind of the thing though. It's like the domino effect is something I'm a bit scared of. Where it's like, if we say, okay, we banned Ragavan, but now Violent Outburst is like, this card is like really good now. Well, let's just ban Violent Outburst too, while we're at it. Oh, okay, and then it's just like, I'm worried too many dominoes fall, where you could just keep Ragavan legal. I don't think that Ragavan needs to be banned. There's a lot of counterplay to it. I also think that Ragavan is very good. But people also treat Ragavan like it has Death Touch for players, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't. It feels really bad to get hit by Ragavan. I know. I've been hit by Ragavan probably more than anybody in chat. And, but, you know, I've been hit by Ragavan. A turn 1 Ragavan has hit me, like, 5 or 6 times, and I've won games, you know? It's like, let's go counterbounce the token. It just doesn't have Death Touch for players like people treat it does, or act like it does. DRC is better than Ragavan. It's a conversation. Like, I think in a lot of the Ragavan DRC decks, I would say yes, Ragavan is stronger in like most of the shells we're familiar with. Although, like, one huge point to Ragavan is I don't have a second Steam Vent, so if I don't have another untapped red, I can get off Wrenn here. I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, another big point is that Ragavan has lower deck building restrictions than DRC does. Like, DRC is actually, I think, like, if Bobble ever gets banned, Dragon Rage's Channeler is not like just a format staple anymore. It is like a lot harder to make work. And like, so like you really have to play Bobble with DRC. Ragavan has like almost no deck building restrictions. You can play it in really any shell. So that is something to think about it. Like, you know, like a lot of people, like, this is a kind of a common conversation we've had in the past where, like, Karn the Great Creator was a card that was able to fit into so many different shells at one point, right? And I remember having this conversation with someone where they were like, yeah, Karn sees more play than Jace, but only because it's colorless. And it's like, it being colorless is a huge part of the reason why it sees so much play, right? It's that's like kind of the whole thing. it's an upside for it to be colorless. The people view Ragavan almost like Death Ray Shaman. I mean, yeah, there's obviously like there's obviously a comparison to make there. I think it's a very easy comparison. I've seen this comment a lot that makes no sense to me, where it's like I've heard a lot of people say it makes no sense to compare Ragavan to Death Ray Shaman, but they're both 1-mana creatures that pressure your opponent's life total and generate mana. You know what I mean? It's very easy to compare those two cards. They're different. You know, Shaman I think is better. Life gain, graveyard hate, being able to still function very strong through blockers. I do being able to be played in multiples where Ragavan is legendary. I think all of these factors does mean that I do think that Shaman is the better card overall. Ragavan is definitely better in some specific matchups, of course. Ragavan is certainly better in some matchups. But I think overall, Shaman is the stronger card. Oh boy. Blown the fuck out. So pretty head though. Ragavan is more able to win a game by itself. Yeah, I guess. But it's also true, like, Shaman is like, Shaman is an insane card. It's just so absurd. It's like Ragavan has Ragavan is a higher variance card, right? Where it can just win the game by itself, but it can also like just get stonewalled by a young wolf, or you know, you can be raced by burn sometimes, or you can get comboed by graveyard decks. But Shaman is mana acceleration, damage, life gain, graveyard hate. It's so absurd, like how like defensive Deathray Shaman is, where like Ragavan is only offensive, but Shaman can just like pivot from offense to defense so well, while also being, you know, graveyard hate and mana acceleration. It's just like ridiculous. I'm gonna counter draw this. Might hard cast Typhoon soon. Probably gonna cast that instead. Oh, I didn't even realize I had a Deluge in the yard. What advice for someone that I have for people trying to get the first trophy? I guess my advice would be not to put too much weight on the act of getting a trophy itself, but try to put a lot of value on playing well and playing a good deck. Did you ever try Reclamation Saga? I did. I think it's not good. It's like a lot of work and a lot of setup for one extra token on a saga per Wilderness Reclamation, and like a lot of times it's like, oh, I want to make a saga token this turn, but I can't because I need to like wait to like maximum value with Reclamation in 2 turns or something. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. I think I counter this. No, I can just bolt this one. I have it, but I'll be talking with her on Sunday. I'll let her know. How do you compare the Temur and Bant version of this deck? So the Wrenn and Six is absurd in Reclamation. It's very, very strong, letting you hit your land drops, letting you cycle Triomes over and over again. And like this is like the most power of all like the off blue green cards. Wrenn and Six is more powerful than Ending, or Teferi Time Raveler, or any of the white cards. That being said, like when you lose ending, like you lose your abilities to deal with problematic permanents, like Death Shadow is a big one. Colossus Hammered Creatures. Solitude is also very important for those reasons. You have Archmage's Charm for those kind of cards, but you just you have less answers there. You also get a Triome in this deck, which is really important. You get to play more at instant speed. So I was of the opinion that this was the best variant when I was playing this a lot like months ago. I'm just kind of returning to it now. Thoughts on Dead God overheats since Delirium is not very easy in the early turns. But I mean, it is easier in the late game, and the heat is important to deal with Planeswalkers. Dead God can't deal with Planeswalkers. I feel like the balance on Dead God is not very strong. A-Rock with the 2 months, let's go. Yeah. I always like to explain my thoughts very well, because this is something that I think I'm not perfect at this, but I think it's just so easy to just like give your opinion without giving explanation. But you definitely need explanation for this kind of stuff. The deck tech for Panda, another bad idea. We'll take a look at it. It's pretty good. I think a black-green rock with Reclaimer. There's like really no reason to not be red for Wrenn and Six, and other cards. Unfortunately. Orzhov, Death Shadow Cookbook. It's really unfortunate Ranger Captain doesn't fetch Asmo. If it did fetch Asmo, I'd be like way more hyped. This is also something I've been talking about a little bit lately, is that I am of the opinion that Esper Sentinel plays poorly with counterspells. Or with discard spells. Where when you are playing Esper Sentinel, the best thing that you can be doing is committing more to the board while your opponent has to slow down to either answer the Sentinel or let you draw more cards. If you're playing discard spells with Esper Sentinel, you're giving your opponent not only more time to answer the Sentinel, but you're also giving your opponent less options. So it's like, so instead of them being like, I really want to answer the Sentinel so I can deploy my big threat next turn, a lot of times you're going to be like, they're just going to be able to only have one option and they're going to be able to pay for the Sentinel. Or at least that's going to be the case more often, if that makes sense. So that's an issue I have with pairing Sentinel with the. I think I'm gonna do this now because I don't want them to get like Cage or another relic. Yeah, that's an issue I have. And then it's like, I feel like if you want to be in this archetype though, you should lean heavier on Unearth. I don't know if there's another good creature to Unearth, but that's really what this deck needs. Is like. You have Asmo, Death Shadow, Ranger Captain. I don't think Sentinel's good in the deck. I want to see like the third Unearth, and I want to see you find something else good to Unearth. I just don't know what that card is. I think I'm going to use the Grudge for mana efficiency here. Sideboard, I like the Turok. I like the Magistrates. I really actually like the Sideboard. You might want to play one more Vindicate because I feel like the big mana matchups are probably pretty scary. Yeah, Lurrus is maybe a creature to unearth. Oh, sorry, you should play Fulminator Mage over Vindicate with your unearths. Main deck Lurrus, Captain does get Asmo. Does it? One or less. Okay, sorry. I thought it was just one. Okay. Yeah. I'm way higher on it then. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah. Main deck Lurrus could be fine. Obviously, Lurrus is always so awkward in Shadow decks, and the main deck because of lifelink. All right, this is fine. So just got Lotusfield soon? Yeah, probably. You are not allowed to Veil of Summer me, opponent. I cast an anti-Veil of Summer spell. Alright, the Saga is kind of scary. I think I'm gonna main phase draw too. I have an Alpine Moon in my deck. I really need to, I think, to get the ball rolling and not use this to like steal Zabaz. Let's go. Easy. What about Giver? Yeah, Giver's probably probably a good option over Sentinel. I really dislike Sentinel in decks with discard spells. Discard spells are good. Sentinel is good. They do not play well together. We've tried Saga and Reclamation. It is, in my opinion, bad. So we'll just save a point of life here. They might even just not Welding Jar. We'll see. We have the new Reclaimer version of Gen Saga. I think it's good. I wrote a little guide for it for CFB, just kind of talking about the ideas there. Probably should have played the Tarn, actually. Iteration Temur Rec. I'm playing Deluge as my card advantage spell instead. I don't really think there's I don't think there's really room for iteration. I have played it in the past, but it also doesn't work well with a lot of the play patterns where you have more expensive spells and you have more instant speed cards too. Oh yeah, you probably want Force Silent Clearing on the deck. I must have missed that. They bata. Yeah, my I think my sister got this for me. No. So we the lore got retconned for the sweater actually. So I have a sister named Esther. My partner's named Esther, and when I opened this on Christmas, the package said from Esther, and I thought it was from my sister, but it was from my partner instead. Please spare me from your jokes, by the way. No, wait, it was the other way around? I can't remember. No, I think... I think I'm being gaslit. I think I'm being gaslit. That's a lot of Triomes. Yeah, in this deck, so Triomes are really good in this deck. It's a good time to talk about it. I've been waiting for someone to ask. So the idea behind playing 4 Triomes is that Triomes are really good to naturally draw and cycle when you have Reclamation going. And the Triomes are good to put into play tapped with Growth Spiral if you naturally draw them too. So if you naturally draw a Triome, you can either play it on turn 1, or you can just put it into play tapped with your Spiral. So it ends up usually being pretty good. Alright, just pass back. Yeah, I have a sweater. I own a sweater. Someone named Esther gave it to me. I could never know when Spike is actually telling the truth about something in his personal life. Good. That's by design. Yeah, actually, I have 2 other friends who have partners with the first name of their sister. I don't know, you fall in love with somebody. You can't control what their name is. I guess you could pay for a name change, but that would be pretty controlling, pretty toxic behavior, to be honest. Wouldn't be surprised if my opponent had Nature's Claim, but I can maybe Counterspell. I do not recommend paying for a partner's name change, because you don't like it. Only if they want to change their name. Ah! Oh, I thought this was Veil of Summer. That was going to be Nature's Claim, Veil of Summer. Jeez. Listen, sugar. The only way you and me can get together, see, is if you change that name of yours. Yeah. And definitely don't make your partner change their name to your sister's name. That is worse than anything else. And that's certainly not what I did. Alright, I'm probably gonna hold this Triumph to cycle, play E on 1, pop it, untap all my mana. Wanna know. Pretty risky hands. I'm gonna keep, I think. Yeah. I don't even usually call Esther by her first name. I usually have it. We've got pet names. I like to call her, you know, Honey or Sweetie or Aaron Yeager. You know, just one of those normal pet names. Let's mold to 5. Yeah, Mind Goblin. Drinking this weekend? No. I don't. Why? It's a new episode? Mana, no! Mana. Okay. We'll take it. One more land, we're off to the races, though. The Jaeger Salute. Okay, so is this the Jaeger? This is the Jaeger Salute, right? But this is just the... People keep saying the Jaeger Salute. This isn't it, right? Do they have their own salute? I just, like, rewatched the whole series, and I don't remember, like, the Jaegerists having their own salute. Sorry, no spoilers. There's no Jaegerists. There's no salutes in the show, actually. Nobody salutes. That was a joke. Yeah, our hearts and souls to the trophy race, huh? Think spreading seas against me? Mid, probably. Yeah, there is no Attack on Titan. It's actually a clever misdirect, one of those weird anime titles where it's just like actually a lot of Titans chilling. They're just hanging out. Talking about politics. Did we trophy yesterday? Yeah, we trophied the first league. We played yesterday on stream with Boris Stoneblade, and then didn't get one after that. But we've maintained that one trophy a day. We have 18 trophies to go. We have 19 days to do it. I would play 4 Thoughtseize before the first Inquisition in almost any deck. Thoughtseize just hits so many really relevant spells that Inquisition misses. Yeah, it's all about the Tennessee Titans. Oh, man. Feeling pretty good. Even if they counter this, it's just like, fine, right? You used to counter iterations aggressively. Did I change my mind? Well, I countered the first one because I went. They were stumbling on their land drops, and I feel like it was good to. I feel like it was good to counter the first one, but as far as the not countering the second one goes, I get to like Deluge and untap with my Wilderness Reclamation. It's just like I get to be so far ahead. I think it was just fine to let that one go. Probably should have articulated a bit better. But you know, everything is contextual. You know, I should say there are very few cards you should always counter, and there are very few cards that you should never counter. Also, like, each matchup is different, too. Like, in this matchup, like, Iteration is a card that can resolve. Iteration is definitely a card that can resolve. Like, you know, you kind of care a little bit more about their Planeswalkers, their Omnaths. It's kind of annoying. I guess I'm just gonna spiral here. I really want to just find a land in Hardcast Typhoon. I don't think I'm gonna die to the Ice Fang. Famous last words, maybe. Okay, so we didn't find the land. I guess I'm gonna Deluge. Harbor. I can't cast this Wrenn. Take the Harbor Castle, I guess, and then play this. Spiral. Get another Triome. Nexus of Fate. This matchup is usually very good. By the way. Big reason to play it. What happens to Shadow Florist gets banned? You explore building the deck with Murktide Regent and or Death Shadow, and it's gonna be really fun building Shadow without Lurrus. The deck survives, I think. Could update Stream Decker? Oh, sorry. I was messing around with a few different builds yesterday. I must have imported the wrong file. Yeah, Street Wraith is back on the menu, boys. It's gonna be a new card from the Lord of the Rings set. It's gonna be called Street Wraith is back on the menu, boys. It's really gonna be like a really obscure niche meme. This is why I shouldn't be on any kind of like advisory panel, because I would just advocate for joke names for all the cards. Just absolute chaos. Do you think they're gonna ban Death Ray Shaman in Modern so we can have a great Black Reed one drop to compete with Ragavan, DRC, Esper Sentinel? Yeah, this is a comment that we've been getting a lot lately. Can we unban Death Ray Shaman or Oko or Uro to compete with Ragavan or DRC? What players don't understand is you play Death Ray Shaman with these cards. Death Ray Shaman goes in the Ragavan DRC decks. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Okay, interesting. Can this deck be built with a lower budget? Yeah, I actually I have a budget reclamation, a couple of budget reclamation builds on Channel Fireball you can look at. Don't think I'm supposed to force the relic there. Just ban fetches and unban shaman. Pretty base take, actually. Drinky, thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Ban fetches, unban shaman is just Pioneer. Like I said, it was a base to take. I'm just teasing. I don't know. I have no opinions, actually, by the way. If anybody wants to know my opinions on bans, I'm done. Everything I've been saying is a clever misdirect, actually. Unban only Golos? I'll allow it. Speedlord 5 months? Oh, maybe that's gonna be one of the announcements, is Golos is unbanned in all formats. I have a big joke about Golos. My opinion goes back and forth whenever I think it's funny. Yeah, I'll change my my stance on Golos being banned or unbanned whenever I think it's time to have a laugh. It's probably important to hold up Counterspell plus Veil here. I can even just ping the Ice Fang if I want. Speedlord again, thanks for the 5 months. Doof, thank you for the 4. Maybe Wizards can just start printing new versions of Golos with very small changes faster than Wizards can ban the card. I mean, I guess I'll just start pinging. Could use a heat on one of these two. It's probably a fine.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Oh no, I forgot. It's back. So Alchemy? No, not Alchemy. They just like The old versions of Golos still exist, okay? But it's like, they'll just put, it's Golos 1, Golos 2, Golos 3, and then it's like, they're just all very slightly different, but they're all effectively the same.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
No. Question for game 3 or ending. Shoutouts to the moon. Yeah, I think that was a fine place window. Probably just gonna let the Solitude hit the Wrenn too. Yeah, the relic was really good. I need to use both fetches to force it to be sacked. I could have maybe waited an extra turn. Yeah, I think and most people would be like very surprised if Legacy was not an affected format by the bans here. It's a little greedy here, but maybe we could just try to force the ultimate. Give some cost deck 2. Yeah, it's 2, yeah. Yeah, hopefully they don't, man.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Oh, they had Veils. I guess my Veil didn't beat their Veil. Maybe losing this one. Man, it's so hard to change those notifications midstream. Can turn on the audio a bit. Wrap with a 2-pack. You can post a link in chat. What do you think the other format be affected? Well, one thing is Modern is not definitely being affected here, right? Modern is not definitely having a change. It could though.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Alright, let's go to game 3. Do the deck tech. Showing the bits notification. Maybe it's just like really loud on my end. It feels like disproportionately loud. I just meant to change it, and I don't like it to get spammed either. But it's fine. If it doesn't sound super loud on your end, that's fine too. Okay, so if you're gonna be playing Ice Fang and double green, double white, double blue on 2, green, white on 2, you need to play 4 copies of Abundant Growth to make your mana work. Abundant Growth also good with Teferi Time Raveler. I think in order to make that work, you probably have to cut the Eldarmer's Call, the Force of Negation, maybe the 3rd Eternal Witness, maybe the 3rd Endurance. I do think Eldarmer's Calls are fine in the deck. You can maybe go down to just 1 Endurance main deck as an Eldarmer's Call target. But yeah, you really need to play Abundant Growth. That's like really, in my opinion, the only way to make the Ice Fangs good, to make the mana good. I know it's not, you're gonna maybe cut 1 land, but probably need 23. I know it's not ideal, but I think that's the way to make it work. But I will also say, like, one thing I'm having a hard time reconciling with this list, and you know, this is obviously a deck archetype that's really near and dear to my heart, is that as much as I love the old Bans control lists, I don't really like this version is inferior to my opponent's deck, right? This version is inferior to the 4-color Blink control lists that are being popular. There's really like not that much to argue to want to play this version over the Omnath versions is something else I've been thinking, which is why you haven't really seen me explore these archetypes too much recently. I don't think I'd really change too much else. Sideboard even looks pretty good to me. I don't know if I love the Knight of Autumn necessarily. It's probably fine. If you keep the Eldarmer's Call, it's fine. I think Knight of Autumn's kind of a weak card these days, though. I played some Bant Stoneblade off stream the other. So I played Bant Stoneblade off stream a little while ago. I went 2-1 and I lost to the Bant Stoneblade Mirror. I don't know if I think the deck's good, but maybe some Naya Squirrelblade. I've been trying to figure that deck out, getting a little stuck with it. Videos of me playing Elves in Modern? Maybe. Malaki with the 14 months, appreciate you. Well, Ross, the gifted sub, appreciate you. Yeah, Temur Rec's a good time. I think I'll make a 1/1 shark. Just ping the Ice Fang. How do you feel about a Star Wars set like they're doing with Lord of the Rings? Well, I don't know. It's like Lord of the Rings definitely fits that like medieval fantasy setting that, or I feel like the setting of Lord of the Rings being like very magic based is it fits Magic the Gathering way more than Star Wars would, in my opinion. That being said, Star Wars would probably make some 6 secret layers. Aaron, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. You could probably do it well. What Rings fits more than Star Wars or 40k? I actually feel like I will say I don't know that much about 40k, so I could be off about this, but from what I understand about 40k, I feel like 40k fits really well into the Magic lore. It feels like it's like a little bit darker than most Magic stuff, but I actually feel like it fits really well. So I'm gonna force this. All right, fuck your Veil, Summer. Disney would never sell the Star Wars, right? Well, they wouldn't sell Star Wars to. They would just collab. It wouldn't be like them selling the rights to Star Wars to Wizards. Yummy with the tier 1. 0 to 6 months. 40k Magic cards are going to be so PG. I don't know. There's a lot of. I mean, 40k is definitely like a lot darker than Magic, but there are like lots of grim and like gnarly Magic cards. Like I would be pretty interested in. I'm very excited for the 40k set actually. I think it's gonna be interesting. But this is also, I don't know that much about the lore. I've like my brother's into it, and I have some friends that are into it who have like told me things. It sounds cool, but I'm a little out of my element, I guess. Right, good draw, good draw. Should I play another Wrenn and Six to get a higher loyalty one? I don't think so. No, the 40k is going to be a full set, I think. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's for EDH. And then the Lord of the Rings one's going into Modern, right? I think I'm going to draw 2 here. They are stuck on lands. I'm kind of, it's kind of Mana Flood versus Mana Screw, where I really need to get some gas going or I'm going to lose. And I can deal with this Wrenn and Six. Might worth to play Wrenn and Six to get Delirium. Yeah, but I still have that line available to me, no matter what, right? Oh no. Well, massively punished for heating when I did. It's on me. Huge mistake. I really didn't think they had a second Wrenn and Six. Like, the amount of land drops that they missed, like, it made no sense for me to have the second Wrenn, but I was wrong, I guess. Talking point about the police force to the humans is innocence proves nothing. Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I'm not the PR department for Wizards. I just think it'd be cool. I don't know very much about the lore. I do think, like, what I like about 40k is how over the top it is with stuff like that, though. Like the orcs being like the low grade psychics, so they paint things red, and like you have to You have to, like, in order to use warp speed, you have to sacrifice human souls to, like, fuel this, like, radiation thing or something. It's all like very metal, you know. It's like way over the top how dark it is, which is, in my opinion, why it's fun. But yeah, I'm not the PR department for Wizards. Yeah, for faster than light travel, they literally go through hell, yeah. Yeah, but there's the arts, like, surgical extraction, duress. There's like there's like a ton of horror and Innistrad that's super, you know, dark. Low grade psychics or super psychics, they're super dumb. Yeah, I guess that wasn't the right term, huh? For the purpose of MTG, though, you ignore those parts of the lore. I guess this. I'm also saying all these things as someone who, like, does not engage with Magic lore almost at all. I think I'm supposed to go for the Deluge flashback. If this gets countered, though, we're in really bad shape. Yeah, it's like the thing about Veto makes it so hard to protect the Deluge. Maybe if we had Veil Summer up, right? Flood. I was maybe supposed to ping their Wrenn and Six here, actually. Yeah, I think it's no mistake that Lord of the Rings and 40k are the sets that are actually getting, or they're the crossovers that are actually getting real sets, because, like, their flavor is, like, way more in line with, like, the established Magic flavor. And, like, we're not getting a full set of Stranger Things or, you know, Fortnite. Oh. If they ever did a full set of Fortnite, it would be just so fucking funny, though. It would be not good for the game, but can you imagine the memes? Can you imagine the memes? They'd be unreal. It would be a golden age. I'm probably supposed to wait on the wreck so I can go wreck with, like, Veil, counterspell next turn. Yeah, I'll fetch for Tomato Town. Yeah, like, yeah, if they ever did, like, a full set of Fortnite, you know, you hear a lot of conversations about, this is the end of Magic. Wizards is literally killing the game. That actually might be killing the game. But what a way to go out, huh? I'll be the first to say it. If Magic ever fully, truly dies, I want it to be because the Fortnite full set tanks. That's how I want to go out. That's how I want the game to die. Oh man, it'd be awesome. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know 40 and 40k is not secret lair. Lord of the Rings is not secret lair. But I'm saying it's not a mistake that they're not, because these sets are not. These sets are more in line with, like, Magic lore than, like, the ones that are just secret lairs. Wizards killed Magic already with Modern Horizons outpricing people. What a take. Magic is actually already dead, Spike. If you'll look closely, you'll notice the game is already dead. Let's talk about White Nose Snapcasters. I was thinking that the cryptics are really important to this deck. Is kind of my new theory that I'm testing, I guess. And I think that you have to cut the Snapcasters to make room. Not that they're bad with the cryptics, but I don't think there's room without them. What game I'm going to stream when Magic dies? I'll become a Dark Souls no-hit streamer. I'll have no viewers. I won't be very good at it, but I'm not going to get... I'm just going to really be supported by Esther, who's got, like, a sick new job, you know? She's just gonna, you know, support me after that, I think. Do I take Spiral or do I take the... I only have one fetchable left in deck, so I have 4. I think I take the Spiral. I think I just need the draw. I won't forget my castle, of course. Alright, so draw 2. There we go. So yeah, we're just kind of looking to chain Nexus together really at this point. Oh, whoops, this one only costs 4 mana. It's just a Memory Deluge. How much could it cost? 7 mana? Okay, I can't Flashback Deluge and Nexus, so I think we're going to pass back for this turn. We should be pretty safe with Cryptic, Counterspell, Veil up. And then once we get down to just the Nexus of Fate in our deck, then we're going to take infinite turns. Ideally win with the Shark or 2. Was Hob the Dark Soul streamer I was talking about? Him and Dino Sigile are the 2 I usually watch. I watch a couple others, but those are the main ones. Yeah, Hob is great. The Happy Hob. Yeah, you can type !Hob or !Dino to watch my favorite Dark Souls no-hit streamers. Rated them a couple times. Squillakilla. Yeah, I mean, I just haven't watched Squillakilla as much, you know, or I don't actually know who Dist is, but I'm sure they're lovely. I watched some Squill. Squill's cool. It's hard. You just gotta pick a couple of them. I think there's just like it's just so hard to be like super invested in all of them, and also be invested in my channel, right? This is a speedrunner. Yeah, I don't watch as many speedrunners. I watched some of Yorsha speedrun Dark Souls 3. She's like kind of the only one I've really gotten into. When are we dropping to play Lutri? Any second now, hopefully. Where's my Nexus of Fate? Lutri farewell stream soon. Lutri will never die. Lutri's gonna live forever, huh? There's Nexus of Fate. All right, first thing, of course, on any turn, hardcast the Typhoon. The start of any good turn. Would I play a Pioneer? I don't know. I would just kind of. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's still broken. I would go back to maybe restarting Magic Online fixes it. Let's try it. I would kind of just go back to a lot of my old favorite hits from Pioneer. Mono Blue Devotion, Red White Enchantments, Mono Green Devotion. Yeah, I would just kind of go through all my favorite decks at first, just see. Oh, Magic Online had an error there. Yeah, I know everybody's saying Phoenix is the best deck, but yeah, basically most of the Pioneer takes I see on Twitter are Phoenix is the best deck, it's too good, or Phoenix is completely unplayable and it's easy to beat. So it's kind of like a normal Magic format, I guess. Yeah, okay, so we'll have to figure this out later. I'll manually update the record for now. Dude, so much dredge lately. You have 4 endurances. Can sometimes go over the top of them. I'm not sure how this matchup is. Probably not great. Oh yeah, what happens to this? Yeah, why did we get everything's all messed up. When is Dark Souls stream? After the race. And after Magic gets killed. Although someone in chat actually told me that Wizards already killed Magic, so maybe it's gonna be sooner than I think. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming some Elden Ring too, yeah. What's a desktop background? It's Ornstein and Smo, but they're edited to have Colossus Hammer and Shadow Spear instead of, They didn't put the Narcomoeba in the yard? Wait, why are they keeping Narcomoeba on top of their library? Why would you not put Narcomoeba in the yard? What am I missing? So weird. They just wanted to mill over it for Amalgam. I guess that makes sense. Then they still get to do it anyways. Okay, okay. That's cool. Cool line. They have 2 reunions? Man. Oh, but they don't have many dredgers. No, come on. It is illegal to have 3 reunions. No, this is illegal. You can't have 2 reunions and a thrilling discovery. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. You're supposed to have just dredgers in your hand at this point in the game. This is not allowed. This is not okay. It's unacceptable. Maybe have shocked the amalgam, killed the amalgam, but I think it just comes back when the other amalgam comes back. Is Force not fun out of favor? Most people don't play it. I play it in a lot of my blue lists these days. I've got it in the sideboard here. I think I'm gonna bolt one of the amalgams. Block here, take 3, and maybe they respect the counterspell on the Ox and they wait. Kind of a desperate play, I guess. Sphinx, because they were playing around my counterspells earlier. Yeah. But I think it's probably fine to just jam. It's probably good to just jam because like these just still have the Ox in the yard going forward. Yeah, the counterspell Nox is not even like that crazy. Alright, so I got some cryptic commands in my deck. How many creepy chills has it been? Just 2. It's bad for me. No! Oh my gosh! Oh no! Oh my, it's so embarrassing. Just casting the wrong 4-mana spell. Probably not winning anyways, but damn. These misclicks lately have been bad. Every time I misclick, I get the chat doctors telling me, a Spike, you actually need to not misclick, and this is, you need to not misclick here. Oh, I know, chat. I know. I think Spike is actually losing his mind, huh? Yeah, shame concession. Yeah, I think you're actually dehydrated, Spike. I think you're actually depressed. I think you're actually sleep deprived. I think you're actually, you want to lose. Spike, you actually needed to not misclick there, yeah. Yeah, there's so I wanted to play the full for endurance. There's a lot of dredge. Thing is, like, endurance is, you know, it's good against dredge. Obviously, it's a graveyard hate spell, but it doesn't like win the game on the spot or anything. Am I looking for sympathy? Yeah. Let's keep this. Is dredge good again? It's definitely popular. I haven't made too many changes to Rectus lately. Yeah, it's been pretty much the same. I think I was supposed to force that. Black mana. Ugh, oof. Move into the Kaheera Elementals deck. They basically just cut Risen Reef in the deck out a lot better. Which is funny because everybody thought that was the best card. Alright, good top deck for us. Streamdecker should be updated. I maybe put the wrong list in again. I don't think I did. Creeping Chill? The chance to actually counter a Creeping Chill. I think I'll let it go. Yeah, they actually can have another discard 2 here because they don't have enough cards in their hand to discard. Well, they couldn't cast one that turn. They could have one. I think I don't know if, I think I'm just gonna hold the Triumph for now. Yeah, they definitely don't have another discard 2 in their hand if they're playing this. I mean, they're out of cards in hand. I think I'll just go and counter this. Let's go. To game 3. They brought in Thoughtseize. Should I bring in Veil? Doesn't stop Veil of Summer, otherwise I'd be pretty into it. Of course it doesn't stop Veil of Summer, or it doesn't stop Creeping Chill, sorry. Yeah, I think on the draw I agree. Not it. Well, keep. That is true. Green card for Endurance. Good argument. Pretty good. This has 3 Endurance and Stream Decker. Okay, I will see what I can do. Yeah, this is the wrong list. You guys want an Endurance here? Yeah, I think we should, huh? I might just play the Breeding Pool tapped here. Don't think I'm cycling Typhoon this turn. Alright, I'll export this list again. I don't know why it didn't get exported correctly. Notably, I really don't want to pitch this other Reclamation though. Like the Reclamation is gonna be important to like actually winning the game. Alright, this looks like the right list. What? They got Stinkweed Imp? Some players just have it all. Thoughts on Crabvine? Deck's pretty good. I haven't played Creativity on stream lately, but I have played it in the past. Dang, they got two Stinkweed Imps in this deck. They got Golgari Thug in there. To be honest, we don't have a great plan against these guys. Like maybe maybe we do have a great plan, huh? Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, I think I'd like to draw a Triumph if I could. Yeah, I feel like Hardcast Typhoon is something I'm pretty interested in. Obviously, if I don't draw any more spells, I'm gonna have to cycle, but we can probably hold for this turn. We get to block the Golgari Thug pretty easily here. It's also possible I'm supposed to block a Stinkweed Imp if they attack. Yeah, blocking the Thug is free. I think I'll just take the 2. It is a problem taking this much damage though, because they have 4 Creeping Chills in their deck and we're at 12 now. So like we are like pretty committed to like stopping the Creeping Chills at this point. Maybe ping the Thug. Although ultimating this is probably important. Yeah, I guess I just have to cycle. I need to get something going. And I'm going to leave 4 mana up because besides Nexus of Fate, all my spells are 4 mana, so I can just get a 6/6 in here. Endurance is interesting. Yeah, I really would hate to cast Endurance for like no value. I guess I could block 2 imps and then shuffle them back. Pink Thug makes them draw Thug, yeah. Maybe just double ping this imp, attack for 8. Yikes. Oh man. Yeah, maybe I'm just trying to draw a Cryptic Command to Alpha Strike at some point. Awesome. Great draw, great draw. Great draw. Oh, and there's the Cryptic Command. Oh, I missed lethal. I could have tapped draw and pinged for 1. Spike, did you know you missed lethal? Yeah, I just said it. Okay, it's fine. We are going to be fine. Lazy Titan with the 4 months. Appreciate you. It's fine. This game should be pretty over. Famous last words, maybe. Play a set of Stinkweed Imps. Their attack step. It's just like so awkward if they have another creature. They should have let this resolve first, right? Because now if they had like a Narcomoeba, it gets tapped. Yeah, 3 mana 1/2 flyers, not good enough to win a lot of games of Modern. Cast Endurance. There was no need until that point. Is the record up to date yet? Yeah, still broken. 3-0 though. First league of the day. Like I was still playing, yeah, during the sick week I was still trophying. Opponent's playing Yorion. A good sign for us. We have to put a card back. I think it's the Typhoon. And we just have to really bank on drawing a land in the top 3 cards. 2 cards? 3 cards? No, I don't think I'm stressed about it. I am just focused, I think. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, like I wasn't feeling terrible on the sick day. I wasn't feeling great, but I just couldn't talk, you know, and I don't want to do a silent stream. I just can't bring myself to do it. Got Wrenn and Six over there. Yeah, so we beat the Yorion deck earlier. These games are always so long and grindy though. Reclamation. Guess that was a bit greedy to ask for. Yeah, some people, when they're not feeling good at the sword throw, they'll do a silent stream, but I think it's just better to not do the stream instead. Could do counterbalance if they play Teferi here. Probably just better to, well, we'll think. How long was the season? Prince set the record? I don't know. I'm not sure. Wish we had more stats, right? I'm pretty sure that this season is longer. I'm pretty sure this season is longer. Or at least as long. Alright, no counter, please. Cannot counter if I move it quickly. Secret tech. Don't think I'm supposed to take the castle there. Alright, Delirium is kind of hard to get in this deck. You need like Typhoon Cycle basically always to get it. Oh, I guess we don't have Snapcasters in the deck anymore. It's even harder than it used to be. Could go counter bounce here. It's really weak against Teferi if I do that though. Dan flashes. Is that what I this was a gift to me. Someone think it's AM and I think this is 3 here. Like it's either 3 L's or the Roman numeral 3. Cryptic to bounce the abundant land response to targeting seem interesting. I mean if I'm gonna bounce something it's gotta be the Wrenn and Six because it's gonna ultimate soon. Like I think that's what I'm going for here. If this resolves, I have to discard 2. Does not resolve. I think I'd take Charm Castle. I mean, it's possible I'm supposed to take Heat, but to like nug Wrenn and Six's health a couple times. It's just so important to draw Wreck in this matchup. Lowercase L's, or, you know, Roman numerals, I don't know. Yeah, we'll let this go. I think it's kind of... I think, you know, they've drawn so many cards off Wrenn. I think what we're doing here is countering, like, must counters, like, Teferi, Omnath, but more so just trying to find a Reclamation and going over the top of our opponent like we did in, this is game 1. Yeah, Record Tracker's still broken. It might get fixed when we switch leagues, we'll see. But yeah, my goal is currently to, I think, try to go over the top of my opponent, just stop them from ultimating the Wrenn. Find a Reclamation, draw a ton of cards, loop Nexus of Fate. The most recent trophy, I think, was with Boros Stoneblade yesterday. I've also been playing some Shadow lately, winning with that. This is my first league on stream with this Reclamation list. Did some playtesting off stream with it. Yeah, I think I will plus the Wrenn and Six here. Then Heat. I have 2 Deluges in the yard. As soon as I find a Wilderness Reclamation, we're off to the races. Feels worth countering. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana if I plus Wrenn and Six and get a Breeding Pool. Fuck. All right. So I'm gonna try him with this 10 spot for sure. If they have a Teferi, the Fun Raveler, probably done for. You didn't like Hullbreacher? No, that card is super win more. Really not something you want to play in this deck. Like, Hullbreacher is always going to look good when you're casting it because it's a 7-mana spell. But it's... you're going to win most games that you would have casted anyways, in my opinion. Now that Wrenn is going to ultimate. But I have a window here. I'm probably going to have to find a Nexus. Let's see, 4. Yeah, I've got a ton of mana. 4 plus 5, 9. Roughly 1 ton of mana. I'm pretty sure I have enough to try to Flashback Deluge and find Nexus. Missed. So I need to take the bolts. Bolt Cryptic. Bolt the Wrenn now. Cryptic Bounce. I think it's just better to bolt the Wrenn. Like, if the Wrenn at 4 loyalty is actually just, like, not doing anything this game. It's just, like, the Wrenn is now, like, out of the game, I think. How many Deluges have I played? Just 2. I only have 3 Deluges in the deck. I was debating between Deluge number 4 and... Deluge number 4 and Cryptic number 3 pretty hard. I wasn't sure what was better. Still something I'm not sure of. I don't have Delirium. I don't have a third type. Delirium is really hard to get in this version, actually. I may need to rethink the heats. Because I cut the Snapcasters for Cryptics, and like without the creatures, like Delirium is like actually super inconsistent. You need Typhoon, Wrenn and Six, and an instant in the yard. What did they witness? I think they witnessed Ephemerate, right? No, it was Iteration. Why wouldn't they get Ephemerate? Yeah, so they definitely have a Counterspell. I'm kind of interested in hard casting this. Trying to think if I should upkeep Castle. I think I'll just take the draw. Cool. The old record tracker is broken. It'll be fixed at some point. It might get fixed when we switch leagues. It just does this sometimes. No, you misheard me, buddy. I don't know how you heard. I don't know what you heard, but that's not what I said. Cycle for no could easily kill them. I think they're really likely to have a Solitude here. And then that's also like, this is very hard for them to deal with. They need it to Fairy. I'm like, I can let most things resolve here, which is nice. Top of my library is looking great also. I could maybe bottom the second Typhoon just because I like really mostly care about Nexus here. Like this is fine. Like they're gonna target Teferi, but I want to make them use the most mana as possible here because they have so many cards. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to draw the second Typhoon, or if I only care about, I might only care about Nexus here. Predictions for upcoming ban restricted. I predict that changes are going to happen to Legacy. I'm not so in tune with Legacy. I can tell you exactly what those changes are going to be. I'll keep the other Typhoon on top. Do we talk about the mismatched counterspells? It was bad RNG with mana traders. I was kind of tweaking the list a lot this morning and didn't put my own arts in there. Please forgive. I can't play the second Shark here with Counterspell up. So there is going to be a BNR next Tuesday. The format is not known yet. Or sorry. The form it's going to affect multiple formats, but they have not said which ones yet. All right, looking for that Deluge. I think we're pretty likely to hit, right? We did miss. Let's take Counterspell, Spiral, though. Should be in pretty good shape. Just take one more look. Still should be fine. What's the big deal with mismatched cards? People just like to, you know. People are programmed, Magic players are programmed to complain about mismatched cards. That's all it is. Not a big deal. Yeah, these Elmeth matchups take so long. They take so long. This is the second one we played today. We're almost 2 hours into the stream. We're on match 4, you know. It is what it is. Should you be running Kaheera as a companion? You could set the clan. Yes, if you can play a companion, you should play the companion. It's at this point, it is not a conversation. If you can play a companion and all it costs you is the 15th sideboard card, you should play it. Full stop. I think I'll cycle one of these for 0. Why aren't we here? Wait, did I miss Kaheera in this deck? Oh no! Yes, sorry, I just missed it. Yeah, we should be playing Kaheera. Yeah, sorry. Because I was playing Snapcaster in this list before. Yeah, I should be playing it. Good catch. It's not a big deal. But we should be playing it. Man, he does just never online. Yeah, that was game 1. Endurance this match. I was gonna just play 2 bolts. Ever played Valakut Awakening in this deck? I have in Reclamation. It's fine. It is really awkward with Charm though. Good with Wrenn and Six. Yeah, the heats are worse. I need to rethink them. I was thinking this morning that it was awkward, but it might not be that bad. But it is that bad, I think. This hand's not great. I think I'll try it. How's the Grixis Shadow matchup this list? It's fine. I think Shadow's a little favored. Not a great draw. Yeah, Fire Ice is probably the card to play over it. Makes a lot of sense actually. It is awkward that like you're like way lower on you're way lower on ways to kill turn 1 Ragavan, but they got 4 Ragavans, you got 4 bolts, you know. Yeah, we really needed them to not be on Planeswalkers this game, absolutely. I had the 4th Rec. Yeah, I was also like debating pretty heavily between 4 Recs and 3. Like 9 4-drops is a ton. 9 4-drops is like way more 4-drops than I usually would like to play in a deck like this, and like the 10th 4-drop feels like has a cost, although it is, you know, a ramp spell, makes your other 4-drops better, so it's kind of hard to evaluate. I'm definitely down after this league to do another one. Like, you know, I'm kind of dusting off the Temur Rec list with some new ideas. Like the Cryptic Commands have felt really good so far, but I do think that like some of these other ideas that you guys are throwing out make a lot of sense to me too. Yeah. It's also like, yeah, one thing about like playing 9 4-drops is Rec is like really good with your other 4-drops. I also like am interested in the 4th Deluge, but like it's very hard to also fit these Cryptics in here. I feel like the Cryptics have pulled a lot of weight. I don't really want to just run into Veil of Summer here. They missed their land drop. Wow. That is huge. I'm not going to main phase bounce their land. Because I am afraid of Veil of Summer. I get to like this type exclamation point decklist. It should work. Sometimes it doesn't though. Magmatic Sinkhole. I don't hate the suggestion. I don't hate the suggestion. I feel like it's kind of slow because you don't have any cantrips. And then Wrenn and Six also means that like we're picking cards up from our graveyard, but it's a fine suggestion for sure. I tried the banned Mystical Teachings list. Mystical Teachings is not playable in Modern anymore, in my opinion, thanks to I really think my opponent has Veil. I probably have to walk into it. I can try to play around the Dispute here. Yeah. Fucking Veil Summer. I'm so over this card. Yeah, Memory Deluge is better than Gifts and Gifts, or Mystical Teachings. Mystical Teachings is out of date. I think it's hard to splash white in this deck. It's not impossible, though. Yeah, I think Fire Ice is a good addition. Fire Ice seems really good. Fire Ice also like might mean that you can just play. You could potentially do this. You could play 4 Deluge, 4 Fire Ice, 4. This could be how to build it. Because like you get the tap, you get the tap from the Fire Ice to buy you that time that Cryptic buys you in some matchups. It's obviously not as impactful. This might be just the way to go. Why 4 Triumph? Triumphs are really good with Wrenn and Six and a lot of mana, and you can also Growth Spiral and put the Triumph into play tapped. So you have with 4 Spiral, 4 Wrenn and Six, and like the Reclamations to have the mana to cycle Triumphs, like you're actually really just happy to draw the Triumphs in this list. USCZ, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate you. You got Spiral for Fire Ice. If you're going to play all these 4-drops, I think you need the Spirals. No attack with Ice Fang. Okay, I'd love to find a rack. Would love for this to resolve, too. No, I don't have Blood Moon in the deck. Think they'll ever print more companions? I kind of want them to. I don't think that they ever will, though. I'm a companion apologist. What can I say? Set of Drift is, I think, it just doesn't come online fast enough, in my opinion. It could be fine. Karuga as a companion. Karuga is all cards mana value, right? It's not just permanents like Luris is. Companion apologist too, but only for Lutri. Yeah, I know. The Lutri deck is so cool. You people who say ban all companions, what they're saying is let's kill Lutri in addition to Luris and Yorion. Let's kill Lutri. Just for no reason at all. Just because they have hate in their hearts. Do it. Do it to ban all the companions. Flame Blitz and Sideboard from Planeswalkers? I don't know. It's probably fine, yeah. Gets Prismatic Ending pretty hard in this matchup, though. Does this matter? Not really. Don't you do it. Yeah, I mean, we have the Force of Negation for Veil, but... yeah, I'm just gonna draw 2. Draw 2 cycle, I think. So I'm having to go to discard if I'm not cycling here. So if I ping with the Wrenn and Six, it's gonna die. I think I'm just fine plussing here. And then using the Spiral to get the extra land into play. Which I can't imagine ever eats the counter here. Luchi's Legal Tyler's good, thankfully. One Saint format, huh? Yeah, in these matchups I've just been like, can I draw a Wilderness Reclamation, please? So maybe I do think we need to add the 4th one if we expect this matchup to be popular. Yeah, we're still in game 2. We're still in game 2, so and I don't really feel like this game is ending anytime soon, so my opponent it is possible that they're going to time out here. Would be pretty upset if they have second Veil. Should I go counter tap here? Counter tap Force the Veil. I think it's better to go Archmage's Charm. So I could potentially Veil a Counterspell and just like hope they have Veil plus Counterspell, not Veil. Do we need the 4th? It's been looking like you have the time. They just need bad pressure. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, you're really happy to draw it. Like, it is like what your deck is built around. They're good at multiples too sometimes. Like, drawing 3 can be awkward early. Be pissed if they have another veil. They didn't veil. Yeah, okay. There it is. We are going to lose our Wrenn, but we do get to go Reclamation into Nexus. We can't also Deluge this turn, but... yeah, that was a stack, huh? I've never seen the Gods of Modern. It doesn't necessarily have a great home, but... you see it every blue moon. 5, 5 plus 4, 14 mana. Oh, that is enough. Wow. I didn't think we'd have enough for Nexus and Flashback Deluge this turn. Feeling pretty good about our spot. Feeling very good about our spot. I play Snow Basics to bluff Ice Fang. Like, we're a blue-green Wilderness Reclamation deck. You know, my opponents are going to think about Ice Fang. There was a YouTube comment how, like, Spike always talks about looping Nexus of Fate, but I've never seen him do it. I'm like, I feel like I do it all the time. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not having Kaheera lets us bluff Ice Fang. That's a good point. Although, honestly, if I have Kaheera, people are still going to think about Ice Fang. They're going to forget. But that is a reason not to play Kaheera. We're gonna add the Kaheera though. It's getting in there. Yeah. I agree. Like, obviously, they just haven't seen it happen. Like, I don't think that they're lying about seeing it happen. It's just, it does happen. You know, it does happen. I'm not just making it up. Yeah, this is game 2, but we are up a game, so I think it's looking like we're going to be 4-0 on our first League of the day, 2 hours in. Show here game 1, don't shake game 2 to bluff Ice Fang. The sideboard Ice Fang. Sadly, these sharks are only 4/4s, even though I spent 7 mana on the spell. Kind of unfair if you ask me. Alright. Deluge. Yeah, 1 short of Deluge now and still with Cryptic Counterspell up, so we'll simply pass. Bandit, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Yeehaw, that's Texan for Pog. Can't confirm, yeah. The regular overlay is broke, so we've got the janky one here. Thank you for the 6 life. I'll happily take it. Are they at 9? They've been, you know, fetch shocking. Wrenn and Six is a painful card. This is a aggressive attack after gaining me 6. I think they maybe given up a little bit. Yeah, they're dead. Yeah, they attack with their flying blockers when I've got a bunch of giant sharks in play. Alright, let's get a 5-0 prediction going. Alright, they're finally here. You're gonna take out Mulligan, I think. Good Mulligan. My opponent did not reveal a companion. I think I'm gonna get, you know, a little greedy and put back the land. Just try to get back with Wrenn and Six. This deck I'm playing with that Wrenn. There's really no reason, almost no reason to be red with that Wrenn. Wrenn is the main reason to be red. Dude, my volume buttons on my phone are just totally broken. Just like immediately all max volume or min volume when I touch them. Yeah, mirror match. Alright, Shocks in, Steam Vent, see if this is Living End. It is Living End. It's really unfortunate that we put back the land. Because being on the draw, we have to hold up Counterspell on turn 2, I think. Maybe we don't. I think I'm jamming here, I don't know. We really need this Wrenn to resolve to get our lands back. Sand is like so much better on the play. It's unreal. It's unreal how much better our draw is on the play. We'll see how many cyclers they have. If they only have one cycler here, like they might not want to go for Living End. Yeah, they don't have any cyclers. That's actually huge for us. It's huge. Petty Thefts Wrenn. Alright, fine with me. They draw like a Force of Negation or something? They can't care that much about this. Subtlety? Wow. I guess I keep it on top. They pitched Force of Negation too. I guess that means that's to get the Subtlety in the graveyard. Maybe their hand is 3 Living Ends. Shocks and Stomping Ground. Cycles Riverwinder. Probably dead. We could take 1 hit and try to loop Cryptics, I guess. It's okay. We have, even if we lose this game, we have 4 Endurance, Force of Negation, Veil of Summer. We have a lot of sideboard cards for this matchup. You know, we're drawing, yeah, well, we could take the hit, then we can, if we draw a Cryptic Command, we have 2 looks at it with the Spiral, and our draw step, we go Reclamation Cryptic, and we have to find another Cryptic, but, I don't think we're 0%, we're probably like 1%. But I've lost from more ridiculous situations. We'll play it out, Do we need to cast Wrenn the second time when we have Spiral? Well, I don't have a land. We need the Wrenn for the land, yeah. See Wafu's team returns. I have seen that deck. I've been meaning to try it out. I haven't. Boo! Boo! Oh, man. Do something like this, I think. Spiral being a green card for Endurance feels pretty important. We could probably win with 2 Typhoons and 4 Endurances. Mr. Sari, 16 months? Feels like yesterday, honestly. Yeah, for sure. That would have been such a sick game to win. Versus game 2, we're down a game. We're against Living End, though, with a lot of really relevant sideboard cards. Still have to win the whole match, though. But we got 4 Endurance, 3 Force, 2 Veils, all very strong cards. Bringing in 9 cards. Yeah, if we were on the play that game, we also probably are in better shape. We're in much better shape on the play, too. They probably still can counter the Wrenn. No, wait, no, they must have drawn... No, they couldn't have. Because they didn't force her subtlety the Wrenn earlier. But they did have both. I don't know. I don't like this hand that much. I probably have to keep, though. I probably have to keep. There's a little upside. But it is nice to have, like, this package of cards. Because this can go over the top of a Living End. This is game 2. We're down a game against Living End. See if the record thing is fixed. No. But it does mull to 6. Passes to me. This version doesn't play Grief. Does Desert Ceradon mean no grief? What's wrong with the record thing? It's just broken. I don't know why. Sometimes things are broken. Temur versions on Fury Subtlety. Interesting. Not a bad pickup. Do need to find lands, though. Yeah, I know. Classic double spiral hand. This is game 2. We're down a game. Pass back. Come on, lands. I think I get a Triome now. Let's go. If I wasn't going to draw a land, that was definitely the card I wanted to see. Please don't have subtlety. I don't want to shuffle Force Living In back into their deck. Weird for them to Blood Moon there. The Endurance might have just won the game, but I think it's probably still worth for me to force, right? Blood Moon's got, yeah, they've like Desert Ceradon in their deck and stuff. But it is like, I think it's pretty likely that like the Blood Moon, like the Endurance just kills them there, right? They also they cast Blood Moon, but they didn't fetch for a basic first? What in the what? That's my mind is like shattered by this. They still didn't fetch for a basic. Yeah, they just don't care. They're expecting me to counter. You still should fetch a basic there. I have an island now. Guess let's just take Endurance green card though. Am I gonna lose to this? The third Blood Moon. They naturally drew this basic. Blood Moon is resolved. Sighted out my bolts. Go Endurance, go. Yeah, maybe they just have Force in hands. This is game 2. We're down a game. They lock themselves out? Hopefully. They drew 3 Blood Moons. So wild. So weird. Well, they could just hardcast their guys is the thing, though, and I, like, kind of can't beat any hardcast guy this next turn. Like, it's gonna be just so hard to beat. They can't really attack with this, though. But just one more creature. Their top decks are gotta be so much better than mine. Oh, Typhoon. I did side out two Typhoons, but yeah, Typhoon is that's my top deck card. Shook that they cycled that there. Just wait to draw another land. I don't have a forest now. Oh. Oof. Oof. I do not have a basic forest. Just said that. Come on, Shark Typhoon. Yes, we have 4 islands in the deck, so another island is a good draw. Another island buys us a lot of time, assuming we can draw it before they get a creature. All right, we need to draw Typhoon in the next 2 draw steps. Oh no, it needed to be that draw step. We win if they go for Living End. Okay, they're never going for Living End here. They can't go for it. They don't have the forest, but they yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sad loss, man. Sad loss. 3rd freaking Blood Moon. Unreal. Let's play the deck with these changes though. I'm gonna get these cards.